Hello and welcome back to the Broken Respawn podcast. This time brought to you by Network Rail.
Only just.
Holy hell. Sorry, we're slightly late for the
Blame this
usual...
one.
Yeah, blame me. I went to catch the train on time and it was over half an hour late. As was the next train and the train after that and the train after that. In fact, they all left at about the same time. To different places, which is great. Anyway, welcome to the Broken Respawn podcast, where we complain about trains, talk about games, and generally take the piss out of each other. I'm TBSliver, and I'm joined here today by the slightly glowy today, SarinTal.
Why am I glowing?
I don't know. You seem a bit brighter than usual. It's fine.
It's probably before I've spoken.
Yeah. By the ever red in the face, CaedesEnder. Oh, fucking hell, I need to go back to bed now.
That's it, folks.
Sarin may be brighter, but Sliver isn't.
And the ever effervescent? I don't even know. The ever on fire Kremlik.
Yeah, they're flaming. Yeah, I'm flaming. I'm also mostly dead as well, so I'm a flaming sheep corpse thing. Yeah, it's wonderful.
I mean, there is that saying that a person appears brighter before they speak. Well, there's a scientific explanation for that. Light travels faster than sound.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
Oh
my word. So anyway, what have you all been up to this week?
That is our mood. Yup.
That is our mood today. Yeah. What have we all been up to this week?
Surviving?
Yeah.
Accurate.
Pretty much. I quite literally came into him as well.
Honestly,
I've been trying to play Space Marine 2, but unfortunately I had to get a job. So that's been way.
Yeah, that'll
getting paid, having income. Oh, yeah. Poor is you. Here's me shitting himself for next month.
Oh dear. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's been a steady one, to be honest. I genuinely think all I've done in the last 2 weeks is my weekly raids on Final Fantasy and play Space Marine. Tell a lie, I jumped in and played some Helldivers on the new patch, because holy crap, Helldivers is fun again.
That's good.
Oh, is it now?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
If I didn't have a time constraint, maybe we'd do that after podcast, but I got a time constraint today. Yay.
Oh dear.
Well, I now have all weekends free, so if you would like to arrange something, I am always down for Space Marine. I am always down for Helldivers.
Space Marine.
You're no longer on a 4-day shift.
No, I'm on 5 days again now. Tuesday, Wednesday in the office, every other day from home. Which means I may have to organise an actual stream schedule.
What?
It feels dirty.
Schedule without can't.
Yeah, and also Caedes may have a social life at some point.
A social life?
No, I already did that last weekend.
Yeah, he's done now.
Maybe go out again.
Sergeant Perry, you're also going to school, so... And there's other factors for you as well.
Yeah. Anyway, oh god. Yeah, no, it's good. Glad you got your weekends back though.
Yeah, no, I was down in Chatham for the weekend with the Amski guys. We played a variant of Necromunda and then went to a second-hand Warhammer car boot, and I got myself a pack of 20 Warriors and 4 Terminators for a grand total of £29.
Nice. I saw the pictures from the from that car boot, and I was like, oh dear, that's very dangerous. As
walked away with 190 quid worth of Eldar, a Winged Hive Tyrant, and a Wraith Lord.
Nice.
Actual value probably about $1.50.
Oh yeah,
prices these days.
Yeah. That's like, I'm surprised.
It's been very miniature heavy for me, to be fair. It's like the new Kill Teams pre-order is available now, and there's lots of Warhammer to do.
That's
Sarin, I picked up a TIE bomber because it would be rude not to for £5.
Oh dear.
I mean, I'm not judging you.
You are, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Silently.
It's
Silently
fine.
judging.
I'll probably just run it off the arena or into an
if
asteroid anyway.
Yeah, exactly. If I had disposable income, there'd be so many other things I'd be buying right now. But as it stands, I can no longer attend my card tournaments because my wife has just had a job. So, yay!
Oh, love it.
Oh. Yeah.
Jobs are going around and around and around and around.
Yeah. Well, good luck to her for that.
So, fun times ahead.
It's all fun and games until someone loses an eye.
Oh, if I had it my way, someone would be losing more than an eye.
Oh dear.
So keep on the fire.
Oh god. Anyway. Yep.
That's my job.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Maybe you're too sheepish.
Oh. And that's a wrap, folks. We're off.
The puns are out early.
Can't top that one. Oh dear. Anyway, so what's been going on in the world of gaming this week, this fortnight?
The Sheep has posted a anniversary video of a collab with Monster Hunters and Transformers.
I'm sorry.
We're going back to Beasties. Beast Wars, as some of you know it.
Well, Sliver just gets mesmerized over that video. I shall discuss the fact that I have a Steam Deck now.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
So
I know how to. Yes.
You have joined the
I know how to
handheld
device.
glory.
Well, I only had a Switch. It's not really much of a difference. Although it now separates me from the laptop, which is like I can actually go downstairs and use the living room. Amazing. I can use because it's also compatible with the Steam Link, so I can link it up with the Steam Link and use it on a 48-inch television. So, yay.
Why
Yeah,
do you-
that's
genuine
useful.
question. Why do you need to Steam Link that? Just output it through HDMI.
It requires a dock for that to work, and unfortunately, the dock is now part of my laptop because I also bought money on the dock and a third-party dock as well.
No, it doesn't.
Because it's just insane.
It doesn't require a dock. You can just use a micro CT HDMI. Obviously, you're limited by battery life if you're doing it that way, but
Yes, but that requires me buying one, not just going downstairs to my precious Steam Link, pressing a button. It just goes,
like you would-
activated, just done.
just seems like you're
That's
adding an
just
extra delay on your controls for no reason,
No.
essentially. But if it's
No,
fine.
there is no delay. It's a
There
one-to-one
is.
input. Yeah.
The Steam Link is not. I have two of them. Trust me, it's not.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed it yet, but then again, I don't play fighting games on it, so I wouldn't notice.
If you don't play fighting games or Twitch shooters or anything that requires like high or low latency stuff, you ain't gonna notice, which is good.
Yeah. Well, I sat in a city and played at least 5 hours of Call of the Lamb the first time. God. That game is still what I believe is the two mildly okay genres smashed together. It's no different than Racketeer was, which is a bit of a shame because it could do a lot better. But I put 5 hours into it.
Racketeer.
Very old. 2012 era. Go into dungeon, collect a load of stuff, build items, sell them in your shop to get better stuff to go down into dungeon to go further.
Oh,
Except the shop side,
simulator.
it's a city sim basically. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all that's different.
okay.
Yeah, Racketeer's really good.
I was going to say I've played another game a bit like that where you delve into a dungeon then come back up to sell it.
Yeah, that's I can't stay off my head.
There's quite a few in the
Yeah,
genre.
the one thing you're thinking of has Zelda-like dungeons, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just don't
Yes.
remember where I got what I've got it on.
It's probably on Epic for you.
Yeah, probably. It's like,
Give away
can't
some of
remember the
them.
name of the game.
Yeah. It wasn't. I got the Zelda dungeons themselves were weak, and the shops elements were.
I did
weak,
do it
so.
on. I did do it on short play, so I could probably tell you off that.
No.
Moonlighter.
Yeah. Moonlighter, that was it. Yeah, because I bought that, played it till about halfway, lost interest, and never went back to it again, unfortunately.
Fair. I think I played like it was on short play, but I don't have a rating on it, so I'll have to go back through the VOD and find out what I played and what I rated it, because it was 2020. It's been a minute.
Yeah. Well, as I was saying, the dock that I bought doubles up as a USB hub. So now instead of having everything connected to the laptop, it is now connected to the hub and a one cable.
Yeah.
So I've only got basically the second monitor, the mic and the headset connected.
Yeah.
Which is a lot less power on the system. Good. And also I discovered, because of what it is, it outputs to my television from the computer. So I now have a third monitor for the laptop.
Nice.
Unneeded, but yes. But,
Yeah.
The interesting thing is, I did a bit of digging with the deck. It uses OBS. It can use OBS.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I think, didn't you investigate that, Caedes, at some point as well, using the deck as a streaming rig?
Yeah, it's a possibility, but it's not great. The way that OBS works, it just doesn't have the RAM capacity for most of the transitions and things. I mean, the newer versions, bear in mind I'm on Gen 1, so the newer versions may be slightly better and more optimized, but I could never get it working reliably.
Yeah. Well, it is funny, interesting, because somebody has got it working reliably as Stream Rig from their computer. So if I can do it myself, that's allowed me to take my entire system as portable. I can basically take the laptop, the Steam Deck, and stream anywhere.
Yeah, if you're only doing the stream from the Steam Deck, it'll probably be okay. But
you're probably better off doing it the other way around. If you're doing it from home, having the Steam Deck as your games and the laptop as your OBS.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the games that I've got are not compatible to Steam Deck.
Yeah, that's
which is a bit of a shame. However, if you do it the other way around, because you do most of the processing power, like with Space Marine 2, I wouldn't be able to play it on the Steam Deck and then the same laptop. It would have to be play on the laptop, stream to Steam Deck, if that was the way that. Which was one of the reasons why I'm investigating it, because unfortunately, Space Marine 2 kind of hooks the laptop.
Yeah.
In low settings. So being streaming as well, it would tag the laptop completely. So,
Speaking of, I got an update today. It's first part of its roadmap dropped today with its ultra-wide support, sparring arena, private lobbies, and all the chaos have been nerfed for some reason, which I don't get. They've made the late game and the operations so much easier now. Like the hardest enemies in the game have been dropped from. There's like a swarm of little guys, or a swarm of little shielder guys, and then the Chaos Marines. And they've made it so the little guys are down from 10 to 6, the shielder guys are down from 10 to 4, and the Chaos are down from 8 to 6. And I played through that game on the hardest difficulty setting. There wasn't too many of them. I don't know why that's the way you've nerfed it. That just seems bizarre. And the Melter is now just the most overpowered thing in the game by far, unless you're fighting a Hive Tyrant, at which point, ow!
Good luck, it's a Hive Tyrant, which is accurate. It's a Hive Tyrant.
Well, they've nerfed Melter damage and explosive damage against the Hive Tyrant by a flat 20%. So you just do less damage. So you're better off usually switching to the Heavy Bolter or the Plasma Rifle if you're playing a heavy.
Okay.
But the game is very fun. I have quite a few hours in it already. I'm only on 49. It's fine.
Just a few hours, right?
Yeah. I completed the campaign on hardest difficulty. I've done a couple of PvP matches, not really for me. And then I've been doing the operations with randoms, and I've done all 8 operations, is it? I think on each difficulty, and I'm just running through on the hardest difficulties now for each of them. I think I've got 3 left to do. But yeah, it's been extremely fun, and it's nice to see Marines other than, hey, look, I am a tactical Marine, therefore I have everything. It's very rare you team up with anybody playing tactical Marine. Everybody wants to play a Vanguard or a Bulwark. Those are by far the most common classes.
Cool. Yeah, it looks like the combat looks exceedingly good and meaty and powerful.
No, IGN says combat's 5 out of 10. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, PC Gamer gave it 6 out of 10 as well. It's just like But then again, 60 out of 100. And we can really trust their review process because they gave Gollum 63 out of 100.
Yeah. I think Wasted said last night that tell me you're bad at the combat without telling me you're bad at the combat.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they kept on comparing it against war, so obviously, gun. Why gun good enough? I have to melee all the time, combat bad, because I have to melee. It's like, I mean, obviously you haven't, it's like, tell me you haven't looked at Warhammer at all to understand how a space marine works.
Yeah.
Put it this way, it's so not like Gears of War that I play a heavy Marine. I do not have a melee weapon. If something gets close to me, I hit it with my big gun.
Yeah.
And I am known to out-melee some of the other classes. I genuinely have beaten a couple of people. Not often, maybe 2 or 3 times. But most range damage, sure, fine, I'm tripling your range damage. I'm literally a heavy gunner. But also I beat you on melee. What is your function in this team? Because I'm doing everything.
I mean, anyone's going to notice if you get a heavy bolter to the face. It's not a small piece of kit.
It's the most dangerous weapon in the game. Meleeing someone with a plasma rifle. If that goes up, it's killing both of us.
I'm going to play... Yeah, it's just like roulette with the grenade. It's like, pull the pin. Yeah. Someone's dying.
This thing blows up when you pull the trigger. Meleeing someone with it is just suicide.
I mean, at least it's better than the not the melter gun. That blows up when you let go of the trigger.
Well,
it's a charge weapon,
on mine, which is, while braced, your heavy weapons fire 15% faster. I've also got a perk that if I kill 5 or more enemies in a single blast, I get my ammo back. And I've got a perk that if I use a finisher, I get an additional 5% attack speed on my heavy weapon. So if I can pull a finisher attack off, I am firing 3 bursts from that melter every second for the next 5 seconds.
Jesus.
It's just... I fought a Carnifex earlier, I downed it in under 15 seconds. This is a tank buster, and I soloed it in 15 seconds. It's so broken, it needs nerfing so hard.
Oh dear.
but also, you nerf my melter bomb, I'm stopping playing the game.
Yep. Oh dear. I mean, I'd look at getting. I would look at getting Space Marine, but I can't afford it right now. If I'll be honest.
Right.
But it looks fun. I need to play 1 anyway. But it's like there's so many. This month's been horrible. 1 is still worth. That's good. Yeah, I've got it for. I think I've got it on PC and I've got it on Xbox, so I can play it on whichever. Play it in 1 or 2 places. But
there's only realistically 2 things in this one that reference the first one, and they're all covered in this game. You don't. There was one thing right at the very end, which, if you've played the first one, you'll spot a mile off. But it's fine. It's absolutely fine. You do not need to play the first one to play second, but it's still a great game to play.
Yeah, so is it true that when you turn the graphic settings all the way down, it goes very cartoony, or is that someone making a joke on?
Right. No. What they're referencing is, in the distance when you're fighting Tyranids in the skybox, you can see swarms of Tyranids running around, and if you zoom in on them, they are PS1 era graphics. They're just there to look like a swarm. Yeah, but they are actually models. You can shoot them. You can kill them. They do exist.
Yeah, as Yahtzee said during his review today. Well, I think it was today or last week.
Last week.
Last week, yeah. He's basically saying, "Why is the skybox attacking me? Oh shit, the skybox is heading towards me. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!"
I mean, Sliver, I'll pop an image in chat. Bear in mind, this is the basics of the models in the skybox. But if you've ever played Fort Condor on Final Fantasy VII, you'll recognize some of these models. That is a Tyranid swarm that I personally have ripped from the game. That is what the models look like without their textures.
Oh wow, okay.
They are literally Final Fantasy VII era low polys, just so that they've got a basis and a skeleton, and then the rest is added on top.
Yeah.
But even with the rest, they're not great. But at distance, it works. If you've not got a sniper rifle, you ain't going to see that level of detail, so it doesn't matter. And I played through that entire game in awe of the spectacle.
I mean, the spectacle of it is there's probably 100 Tyranids on screen right now. That's not a small amount of shit heading towards you right there.
If we're talking tabletop terms, that's 4 squads of warriors.
Yeah.
That's it. That's 4 squads. That's not even 300-400 points in an army.
Yeah.
It's not. And that is here we go, is the original image. That's constant in all maps. They're everywhere. There's gargoyles in the sky, there's carnifexes in the swarm and everything. It's very little done very well.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the in-game version where you can see how PS1 they are.
I mean, I've been playing on low settings and everything's going there. So it's like, it's visual, it's good, it's impressive for something that's supposed to be crafting intensive. It can be, but also because it look good, even on a potato.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's zoomed in with a sniper rifle at a squad, at a small part of, there's a lot more over there, you know?
Yeah. And again, that's maybe 1% of what you'll see moving on a screen at a time.
Yeah.
The first operation, it ends with an endless tide that you have to defend against. And I mean endless. If you do not do the objective, that will never stop. So they've done a lot with a little, and it's really impressive. I've seen more people looking around at the scenery and shouting at the enemies to leave me the fuck alone for a second. I'm trying to look. than I have seen complain. I've not seen anybody complain about that at all, about the graphics. I've just seen nobody.
I mean, and that's a sign of a good level design.
Yeah.
Like, if people are telling the AI to stop bothering me, I'm trying to look at the pretty thing. pretty game check in progress. Go away.
Yeah. I mean, for the geeks out there, on one of the levels, there is a destroyed and interred Imperator class Titan, the one with the Citadel on its shoulder, full size, and you can just look at it and be like, holy crap, that is gorgeous.
Yeah. And you'll get a sense of scale, because they'll have done that to scale in there. Like, actual, I am this massive 7 foot, 8 foot Space Marine at the bottom, and that thing is
that's the one that I've ripped out. I did it to pull my model out so I can print it and paint it. That entire scene has a citadel in it, full to scale, that you can zoom in on. It took me 20 minutes to play Where the Fuck is Waldo to find my character, because I just couldn't see him. It was so small. When you zoom in, he's full poly, full render. I could not find him.
I think you saw.
Didn't help that for some reason it was 180. It was mirrored, so I was looking on the right and he was actually on the left.
Yeah, you posted a picture of that somewhere, didn't you?
Yes, it'll be in tabletop.
Yep, there we go. Strawban.
Straven.
Sorry. Straven. There we go. Sorry.
One of his, he's the second squad leader, and one of his emotes is absolutely brilliant. You can go into your emote wheel and say like random Space Marine stuff, like the Codex Astartes approves this action and stuff. But one of them is engaging standard morale boost for the Emperor. That's it. That's the entire quote.
I am generic Space Marine for the Emperor. Yes.
He literally says engaging standard morale boost.
That's brilliant. That's a lot of detail on that. That's that's more detail on those models than when I was painting Space Marines, but probably not as many as they have these days. Because they've improved their models.
That's still more detail than there is in a standard tabletop model.
Yeah,
I've got a Terminator in my hand. Trust me.
Fair enough.
That's better.
Fair enough. Which is great.
I mean, they're good, but yeah. Because the other thing I've been doing is, you'd think playing Space Marine would be like, cool, that's my Warhammer fixation done for now. No, I went and picked up Space Hulk, and I've been playing through that all week as well.
Nice.
Which of course then made me think, man, I miss playing Space Hulk. So I went out and bought a Gene Stealer squad to paint and some Terminators to paint, so I could build my own board game, which is where it originally came from. Because Warhammer infects you.
Yep. Yep. I've sold a lot of mine.
Yeah.
I've kept hold of my Tau. I'm technically still own, although they're still in Lancaster.
Well, I'm pissed off with the Tau because the new kill teams are on pre-order now as of Friday.
Yeah.
And the Tau Fire Warriors don't get a kill team anymore.
Why not?
It's Pathfinders, Kroot, and Vespid. They're the three. There's
Why?
people that haven't been announced. We don't know. Well, I don't know. We do know. They want you to have bought models that you now can't use, so you have to buy more models.
Yeah.
Exactly why.
They've done that before. Shit.
I imagine some of the older teams, the 2021 teams, will be updated to 2024 eventually. But yeah, I'm halfway through painting a Tau kill team that is now no longer usable. So,
well, there's an answer to that. Just use the old rules. Fuck it.
I can very easily convert the old 21 box to the new 24 box.
I mean, this is one of the things I find with, especially with roleplay games and tabletop games, is they keep changing the rules on us, but that doesn't mean you have to actually keep up to date. Just carry on playing the rules you liked.
One of my next projects, after I've pulled out the Space Marines, specifically Wasted Shacks and Avies as well, I'm going to go grab those if I can. I'm going to go into Helldivers, and I'm going to get all the people I play with, Sarin included. I'm going to get all of ours, and I'm going to build an Inquisitorial warband. That's my kill team. It's going to be an Inquisitor with stormtroopers that are literally Helldivers.
That's kind of cool.
Good.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because we've all got
my only request is, can I have my disabled armor, please?
Yeah. That's kind of the point. Pick your standard armor load out. Caedes will handle it.
Yeah, you load into the game with your character. I load into the game, take a digital snapshot, and extract from it.
Cool.
I still need to get my Cal Kestis model from the second Star Wars game.
Well, the good news is, and I was going to, because I've been messing with it today, I was going to talk to you about that. The newer version of the program I use now integrates directly into Steam. So if it's on Steam, I've got a much better chance of being able to rip from it now.
Nice.
So yes, that is on the cards, and we will discuss.
Yeah.
Finally get a Cal Kestis model. Go to my local library, get it 3D printed. Next thing you know, I'm doing an on-stream paint job.
Yeah, I mean that's what I've started. I'm hoping to get started. I'm practicing on this kill team, and then I'm gonna hopefully get into my D&D again and start these Gene Stealers up. And I think I've got 50 Necron Warriors to paint. So yeah, gonna be good.
I mean, in terms of projects, just like I've got rid of a load of projects, and I've just gained another set. Like I've got a guitar behind the green screen that I need to repair because the socket's broken. It's like, God damn it!
Oh, no, not the socket.
Yeah. And
the other thing is, I need to teach Sliver and Sarin and everybody, to be fair, how to play Space Hulk, because I want to play Space Hulk.
I've played
Sarin
Space
needs to
Hulk
teach me
before.
how to play Star Wars cards.
Yeah, Star Wars Unlimited.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, unfortunately, the meta game for the card game has now entered the crew, and I can't play the game because everyone's got £400 decks. Fun.
I encountered that in Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball back in the day, and it never interested me. I'd much rather lose with a deck I enjoy than win with a deck I've paid a lot of money for. And if I can cheese out a win with a deck I enjoy against your £400 deck, all the better.
It feels so good when you're like, and you're dead.
And that's the thing. Like, I've seen a lot of decks in Star Wars Unlimited that are like $40, 20 quid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're competitive.
Yes. The nice thing is the balance is there. If you have limited funds, the balance is still there. However, if you are going up against people that can throw money at the game, you will find out that they have gone on card market. They have bought the biggest Darth Vader, the biggest Han Solo, and they will annihilate with it if they play it.
You see, we found a way around that.
And then you have a common card or a rare card called Fell the Dragon, and all their resources to bring that card out gone.
Yeah, but the thing is, again, that's quite pricey in card market as well. It's a card killer.
You see, we found a way around this that doesn't involve any money at all. Okay, everyone put your decks on the table. We assign them all a token. Every deck has a token painted up with its own little logo on it and everything. We put them all in a bag, and then we draw for which deck we're playing. You may have built the best deck, but you might not be playing it.
Hence suicide drafts are still popular because people don't want to deal with the meta game.
Yeah.
We did it in Yu-Gi-Oh! And there was 2 decks. My mate built I think it wasn't an E-Hero, it was a Dark Hero deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'd rebuilt one of my old college mates' decks, which was a Horus level 8 and Jinzo combination deck. Essentially Dragon Lockdown. And it got to the point that we played it that often that when we drew those 2 decks against each other, we would draw our 5 hands, decide who goes first, they draw the extra card, the other player draws the extra card, place them face down on the field and go, right, okay, I've got this, you've got that. Yeah, no, that's your game. Congratulations. We wouldn't even play first turn. We would just look at the hand and go, you've got that. Because we knew the decks so well.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And that's no fun to me, you know?
It was, because it was still random, it just moved it onto the next game really quick, because it was always going to be a tedious and drawn out game, because both of those decks are big hitters. So just ending it quickly and moving on to the next game was much more fun.
There's actually a card game that's just got released called Altered. What they're trying to do right now is try and break metagaming and card market. So there's no actual buying individual cards for everyone else, because what they're doing is every one of their cards has a QR code which you then link to their app. If you own that card, you own it digitally, which you can then trade it to something else. Now, the good stuff about that is you can then print to play. They've said outright the entire game will be print to play playable. So if you own a digital version of the card, all you need to do is turn up with your phone and go, I own this card, you own the card.
Yeah. So I physically own a digital version, therefore I can print proxies and they are legal.
That's a nice way. Actually, I wouldn't, because I saw that in the shop the other day. Yeah, it was it was the one we saw in Traveling Man the other day.
Yeah, one of the conceits of the game is that basically you still have the rarity system. However, it's not this card is only rare. You can get rare variants of the same cards. So, for instance, your common version of the card would do essentially it would do +1 damage to a target. However, the rare version of the card may do +3 damage to the target.
See, I always hated that. That just screams of micromanaging and deck optimization. In Yu-Gi-Oh, the card is the card. If it's foil or rare or ultra rare, doesn't matter. It's still the same card. It just looks different. That's always been so much. Yeah, congratulations. You've spent 60 quid.
Yes.
On a foil ultra rare lava golem. I paid 5. It's the same card.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a £10 version of Exodia and a 120 quid version of Exodia. So
my common version of Exodia still ends the game.
Yeah.
It's better or faster because it's colourful.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What was going to continue to say with this rarity system, you only had 15 rares in a deck. Out the 60 card deck, you only had 15 rares any type in that deck. However, with the digital system, with the pin to play, if you owned a card the common version, you can then upgrade it to the rare version in tournament play. Yeah,
that's where they make the money. You can go on the app and pay.
No.
Digital currency to upgrade.
You just declare you got the rare version.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so if you've got a common version, you can play it as a rare version.
Yes. However, you only load 15. Yeah. However, you only load 15 rares in your deck total.
So you can have like you can have an entire deck of actual common cards and say, right, this game, these are all my rares.
Yes.
That's actually not a bad way. Yeah. That's a nicer way of doing it, and that's because I guess that's a nicer way. I do like, because otherwise. Yeah, I will say I prefer the ones where you have different types of ones for that. But this, I was thinking this sounded a bit like Flesh and Blood's rarity system, where the rarity of it isn't the rarity of the card in the world. It's like the some cards are more power, like are a +3 versus the +2 versus the +1.
That's all depending on what colour you got, either blue, red, or yellow.
Yeah,
as well. However, again, the problem with Flesh and Blood is, as I mentioned before, the card market prices for some of their foils, which you can only get variants of armor in foils, is ridiculous. This is what the developers of Altered want to get rid of. They despise the single card market because it's paid to win. It ends up paid to win because people essentially draw the card. Like, oh, I want this card, but it's better for me selling it for 200 quid and then buying more packs. To try and get it again.
Yeah, you're the one that's always bothered me because the people printing the cards are the one who control that. You have dictated how rare those cards are. If you made more of them and made them exactly the same rarity as every other card, then that price wouldn't be that high because they'd be easier to get. So I hate people who blame essentially the second-hand market because it's not. The reason PlayStation 1 games are so expensive is because we cannot get them legitimately anymore. If they start, I mean, Final Fantasy 9 and I believe Chrono Cross as well. Those are still some of the cheapest PlayStation 1 games because Square still produce them. You can go on Square Japan's website and order the fuckers brand new to your house today.
Not anymore. They stopped selling them like 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay, well, fair enough.
But yeah, it was like 2 or 3 months ago. Like they've been printing them for 24 years.
Yeah. There was a Final Fantasy 9 speedrunner who, whenever he ordered them, if just one of his discs scratch or something, he went and ordered a box of 20 because it was cheaper in told to buy the 20 with postage. And then he would just play them. And then whenever one of them gave him the shitty run of all red splits, he'd just write on it. He'd just write on the disc, cursed, and put it to one side, open up a new one and start playing. Because that's how cheap they were for a PS1 game. Yeah, you can't blame people selling your card secondhand for the prices because you're the one who's making it that rare. That yes, you're right. This is a really good card, and it's also really rare. What are the odds? As if that was an accident.
Which is also one of the reasons why, like, a couple of weeks back, the Flesh and Blood team actually announced we fucked up. We're going to reset the clock here because things are getting out of control. People can now end the game in one turn because these rare cards are sought after, too expensive, and also cost the fun. So they're clawing the game back to square one to try and stop all that. So people with consciences have actually fought in it, like Flesh and Blood and Altered are probably the ones that will continue on. Unlike Magic, who just milked the fuck out of everything. I mean,
Magic have the sheer power of size.
Yes. Yeah. However, the thing is, as of the latest news on the Magic's front, one of the most expensive cards that is currently in meta is now utterly banned from Commander.
Which has basically made one of the most staple cards at the moment literally useless because it only affects that card.
Yeah.
To so much so that some stores in America are refunding the pre-orders for the set.
Wow.
Yep, that's what I was going to get to.
Oops.
Yeah. Wizards can't seem to get a win at the moment, and it's really funny to me.
Yeah. Oh no, that is hilarious. Like I in terms of trading card games, the one that I really liked, was Keyforge, where you buy a deck. That's it.
Oh, you can only play the deck.
The deck is the back of the deck is a algorithmically generated picture. The cards in it are algorithmically generated, and you cannot split, like, unless you're a card collector, you don't split the deck. That deck has to be complete for you to play it.
Okay.
And
lose one card, buy the entire thing again. Good luck. Sorry.
You'll never find that deck again. It's I wouldn't be surprised if there was duplicates, but it's down to the algorithm. There's like 1.5 billion combinations of cards or something stupid like that that they can make the decks out of. And it meant that you could play it like, yes, you could end up with a deck that was crap, but you could also end up with some decks that were absolutely amazing. And I've got 3 or 4 decks that are like middle of the road, reads me decent. And you had the fun of that, and the way they obviously with that you kind of have some decks are stupidly powerful, and what they did with those was they had a mechanism in called chains, where if at least in recorded play, where you record how many victories you got in a competitive, semi-competitive way. You ended up with chains on them, which meant you had lower draw power. So you would only ever draw up to 6 cards, 5 cards, 4 cards. You could get down to only able to draw 1 card at a time at the beginning of any, like when you're doing a full draw up to hand size or whatever. And if you won a load of games with that, you ended up down at 1 card, and then as you lost, you got chains taken off because you lost. And eventually, if that
built-in handicap.
Yeah, and eventually, if that deck won enough tournaments, you were not allowed to play that game in competitive play, that deck in competitive play ever again.
Yeah,
but the deck was £8.
yeah.
Like, and draft was easy. It's like you're walking in for a draft. Cool. Here's a deck. 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 Go. £8,
I always think
please.
Steam really sat on their trading cards. Because all they would have had to do to make that one of the most insanely profitable things in the world is to license Triple Triad from Final Fantasy VIII.
Yes.
Every card has 4 stats, up, down, left, and right.
Didn't they?
Higher number wins. There you go. Steam trading cards is now a battle game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you've got a card. You get 2 more of that card. You can upgrade it to bronze. You get to choose which number, up, down, left, right, is upgraded. That is now a personalized card. You get 3 more, you upgrade it to silver, 1 more upgrade. There you go. You've now got a completely customizable game that literally everybody on Steam has automatically, that requires them to buy games, buy boosters, trade in the market, and buy things in your sales.
Yeah.
That would be a money printing machine, and I do not know why Valve haven't touched it. And I've said that since day one. All they need to do is put something as simple as Triple Triad in, and I've got like 2,000-3,000 cards. I could make as many fun little decks based on characters or themes as I want. You know, I could make specific Warhammer ones, or Final Fantasy ones, or Star Wars ones, or hell, I could have a ships one, to TIE Bomber alongside a Dederadex class Warbird next to an Imperial Battle Barge. You know. Infinite customizability with personalization that requires them to spend money on other things in your store.
Yeah.
Why are you sat on this?
money printing system. I mean, I remember when the cards came in, and the only thing they were joined to was the badges. Yeah. And that's all they're still for. Like, I think
points and account level. That's what they're tied to.
Yeah. Yeah. I've completed. I think I've completed 1. Actually, maybe not. I don't think I've completed a single full set of cards.
I used to trade them. Literally any 2 of yours for any 1 of mine. I have thousands of those gits.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got
and
tons.
In my Steam inventory, I still have 2 or 3 invites to the Steam trading card beta.
Yeah.
From back in the day.
I have 4.
That's how long I've been in it. Literally day 1.
Yeah, I was actually looking. I was thinking, I've got 3 pages. I haven't got that many. No, this is 3 pages of 150 of each. So it's 331 badges I've got in progress on here, which is dumb.
I don't even know how to get to your inventory anymore.
Mouse over your name in the Steam UI and its badges.
Oh, apparently I've got 100 new items that I've not been alerted to, including some boosters that I've never opened.
Same, yeah.
And some stickers. My God.
Yeah. I have.
What's that?
I've got a copy of COGS that I got when I first got my Steam account, or very early on, to gift. Like, if anyone wants the game COGS, just hit me up. I'll give you it. I want it out of my thing. I've also got a gift for Killing Floor and Defense Alliance 2. A two for Steam gift of Killing Floor and Defense Alliance 2. Like, what the hell?
I have a Russian version of Dark Souls, 3 Dead Island Epidemic open betas. Russian version. Back when you could just buy Russian versions of games and play them on Steam. They then stopped that and they gave me the key back as an inventory item instead. Meridian New Dawn, Minion Masters, 3 Payday Christmas DLCs, Fallout Tom Clancy's Rainbow 6 Vegas, Shark Attack, 2 copies of Shell Shocked, Slender the Arrival, 2 Steam trading card betas, Warhammer Eternal Crusade, and 100 gems.
Yeah.
Just sat there in my inventory and have been for a decade.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at some of these the cards here, and it's like, yeah, Half-Life 2, a picture of Alex Vance. 278 sold in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, but they sell for like 2 pence.
Yeah, this one's 6 pence. It's like people are still trading and buying. What? Like, huh?
Well, it's a failed stock market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not failed.
It's a stable stock market. Everything's like 4 or 6 pence. Yeah.
It's clearly profitable enough for Steam to keep running the service. I mean, every single one of these cards is looking at about, I don't know, some of them are pretty low, 10 to 15. But if you imagine every single card has on average 100 sales a day.
Yeah.
That's a penny per card for Steam.
Yeah,
they're paying for server costs on that.
They take a cut.
They take 3% or something like that.
This is how you do NFTs correctly.
Yeah, Steam had NFTs long before anyone else.
Before NFTs were cool.
Yeah. Hell, I have a foil Beast Huntress, and it's 12 pence, and it's like, what the hell? From Halls of Torment, it's like they have foil cards in here as well. What?
There was a couple of games that, like the ship. If you bought a copy of the ship, you got with it the ship single player, the ship tutorial, and a free copy of the ship to give to a friend, which when they got it also gave them the ship tutorial, and the ship single player. So every time you bought that game, there was 6 versions of that game out there, all of which could earn trading cards. So people were like, just had hundreds and hundreds of them by just leaving the games open in the background.
Yeah.
So many games that you could just get free cards off.
I mean, what was it? The one recently, which was Banana Clicker or something like that?
Yeah, Banana. Yeah, Banana.
Banana. It was just, that's all it was. There was nothing about it, that game. It was all just, as you played it, you got drops. And some of them were worth stupid money. Might still be worth stupid.
The rules of it is, I think it's if you play a game for 4 hours, you earn 50% of the cards for the badge, rounded up if it's an odd number. And from that point onwards, you've then got to buy DLC or trade in the market to earn more drops.
Yeah.
And if you've got the badge, if you've got the full, in this case, Space Marine 2's 5 cards, if you have all of them, you are then eligible for every time somebody earns a card globally, you might earn a booster pack.
Yeah.
So everybody who's got the badge, when somebody earns a card, one person gets a booster pack. And that's how they grow it and stuff. And I mean, Space Marine 2, I didn't even know it had trading cards. And this is something as well. If you're setting up a stream, and I did this myself, if you're setting up as a new streamer and you have a lot of trading cards, go in and pick the games you like, click on the cards you earned that you enjoy, right click and save image as, put them in a folder, There you go. There's your BRB screen. Have them on rotate.
Yeah.
Every single one of these cards is a wallpaper.
Huh.
Have them as a background. Have them as a rotating. Have them as icon. Steam provides you with that completely free of charge. It's tedious to set up, but it's there. If you're looking for content for your stream, just for idle and B-roll, it's there.
Yeah, load of cool pictures. I was just diving into
stuff I've never thought of, but like,
yeah. I was just looking.
Go into Star Wars Jedi Survivor and have a look through the cards. I guarantee there'll be some wallpapers in there for you.
Yeah,
oh, probably. I mean, there's also squadrons actually that I think that'd be more.
Yeah,
more your style.
I've got, and the thing is, like, I've collected a couple of those badges. Like, I'm up on level 3 on that badge for Star Wars Squadrons.
I have a Y-wing, an X-wing, and a V, and a U-wing.
I'll take them all.
you can have an X-wing, and I'll trade you. I need the rest.
No, you don't. You're fine.
I just ended up diving through the banana game thing, and on their Steam updates, Steam news posts. One of them, they've done T-shirts, which is you can get a grey or a black T-shirt with the banana from the game in it, but above it, where the click counter is in game, is your order number.
Okay.
They've made NFT T-shirts.
Fair enough. Space Marine 2 has made me want to design a new T-shirt to put on the store. And it's just a nice, simple black T-shirt with the Imperial logo on it, the Space Marines logo, and it just says the Codex Astartes does not support your bullshit.
Nice. Nice.
Because one of the characters would not stop pissing me off.
Oh dear.
Yeah, like I just typed in Warhammer. I have Space Wolf Tactics, Dawn of War 1, Dawn of War 2, Dawn of War 3, Space Marine 1, Space Marine 2. What even is that?
Dear Christ.
Dawn of War, Vermintide. If you were doing a themed Warhammer stream, there you go. There's your entire artwork sorted. You don't even need to Google it.
No.
Mechanicus.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Yeah, Balkan, Darktide, Dawn of War, all the different options. Dawn of War 2, Dawn of War 3.
I mean, I've got more games more than enough Star Wars games on my.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I don't think I just typed in Star Wars in mine, and the only thing that's there is the 2 frameworks I got for the Avatar, which is the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing. And then the Squadrons. I have no other Star Wars ones, and I know I've played through Republic Commando. Does that just not have cards?
Maybe
not all of
not.
them have
it.
It
Too old.
Yeah.
I have none for Star Wars in the cards. Warhammer, I have, unsurprisingly, a load of Vermintide, Vermintide 2, and Boltgun, actually. So,
Boltgun.
It looks like there aren't any for Darktide.
Yeah, no, there's nothing.
Yeah, odd.
Yeah, I mean, obviously some gaps in there, but yeah, just a tip from an impoverished streamer back in the day when I was. There's your B-roll, there's your BRB screens, your ending screens sorted.
Still is.
This month, yeah, I am. I mean, I've got $3,000 just chilling from my redundancy left over, and I've cleared my credit card off. But yeah, I am done till payday, boys. I have got Dragon Ball sparking in the pre-orders, and that's going to last me all month.
Yeah.
So no Zelda, no Metaphor for you then?
I'm specifically waiting on Zelda, and I'm glad I did, because I was worried that the Link's Awakening was going to be a trend. And from what I've been told and what reviews I've seen and people I've spoke to, it's a good game with many performance issues. So I am backburnering Zelda at the moment.
You mean the Link's Awakening? You mean the actual engine itself?
You mean the Switch remake?
Just the problems it had on the Switch.
Yeah.
The stuttering and the crashing and the CTDs and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is apparently worse.
The stuttering, I have not seen any crashes, and I've done the first dungeon.
Okay. Maybe they patched it already. because they'll be
Well,
quite quick.
I
and
always
stuff like
take Switch releases into account and think how many of these people are playing it on a light.
Yeah,
True.
Because those aren't as good.
yeah. I received it at 3:00 today. I started playing it at 4. I got to end the dungeons for the podcast. So yeah, I can say it's pretty much a Zelda game.
It's always going to be.
Yeah,
It's one of those games that's going to be good. They don't
Yeah.
make bad Zelda games. So.
no,
I mean, it's literally a Zelda game this time.
yes. And the thing is, playing Zelda and not having access to Link's weaponry, no difference. Because
Yeah.
you have an army of geese.
Oh, okay.
And that's what you need.
An army of geese.
Yeah, no,
Wait,
look.
what?
No, geese. As in the bat.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The bat's called
the-
geese.
The bats from the dungeons that were messing you up.
Okay, fair enough.
The nice thing is that the enemies, when you summon them, behave like they do as you would fight them. So it's basically fun because it's like Pokemon. Like the Darknots have armor, so anything like a rope or keys will not damage it. However, a ranged Moblin with a spear, because he's backpedaling, kites him all the time because he's backpedaling
Right.
away where the Darknots trying to attack him. It's like brilliant.
So it works as crowd control, even if it's not
Yeah.
doing damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a limiting factor of you can only summon so much compared to based on how many points you have. So basically, a rope would be 1 point and a moblin would be 2 points. And if you only have 3 points, you can only use a rope and a moblin at one time. But even ignoring the puzzle side, the combat is deep. Even for a Zelda game, it is very deep. The puzzle side, it's insane. I've used bedding and jump and trampolines to get across a gap to get harpies.
I always love the Zelda puzzles because every generation adds something new. Even if it's just adding a new item to make things a little more difficult. But I think my favorite era has got to be the DS, because Phantom Hourglass was using the touchscreen as I can draw on here to make a path for my boomerang, and it will follow it and then reverse round it.
Oh yeah. It's similar
So
here.
good.
Yeah, it's similar here because to climb up stuff, you don't use if there's no ladder, use Sculpture because it drops. It drops down to the floor. You climb its web. It's that kind of puzzle. The closest Zelda to compare it to is Oracle of Season. It's still a Zelda game, but it's very much puzzle heavy.
Yeah.
However, the puzzle is part of the combat as well. So figuring out how to defeat bosses requires what objects do we need? What monster do we need to summon? And you combine the two. So you may have to use crates to block damage, while you have stuff like Sculpture and on the side distracting something, while you got keys on the other side attacking it from the air. That's basically it at the moment.
Okay.
That is it.
Yeah.
How
It's one of those that I'm definitely gonna get, but it's not something I'm eager to jump right into. There's too much for me to play at the moment. Like, as a Space Marine 2 at the moment, I'm still playing Final Fantasy 16. I've got Space Hulk going. I've got Dragon Ball coming out in about 10 days or whatever it is, 15 days. That alone's going to keep me going for a while. Never mind Empires of the Undergrowth and Little Big Adventures coming out next month.
The remake of that. I just noticed that coming out. One piece of advice is that don't touch the Metaphor de Phantasmio demo. Then
I specifically won't be. I have downloaded it and I was going to play it, but I specifically won't be because I guarantee Misty will be playing it this weekend, and I'll just watch.
I've done the first. Well, as it's a prologue, it gives you basically the entirety of the floor demo, which is basically the intro and the first dungeon and a little bit more. I've got a little bit more to go. I've played it so far, and it's the most Mega Tensei game there is. Even though it's neither Persona or make a Tensei game.
Yeah, it's in the same
Yeah.
universe though, so
It's not. It's a completely separate IP. They've confirmed that it's not going to, unlike stuff like Catherine, which is adjacent. This is a new thing. It's new completely. It's not going to be part of the timeline at all. So it's like freedom for me. I don't have to worry about what connects to what, because it doesn't at all.
4 dungeons in the demo. Okay, can we talk about this for a second? Can demos fuck off with the file sizes? You don't need 60 gig for a demo.
You
Yeah, that's
Final Fantasy 13 is a 50 gig install. This demo is 58 gig. Can we just optimize games again, please? Can we stop relying on DSS and shitty PS5 ports? DLSS. It's really been bothering me this week.
And also, can you leave the fucking demos up once you've released the game, please?
Well, this is a perma demo, to be fair.
Good, but 50 gig, yeah.
The thing that's bothered me about it is we're talking about Monster Hunter Wilds. They've got a price now, they've got a release date, and they've got a minimum recommended specs. And the very first thing one of my mates said was, "Yeah, but look at those recommended specs; they're insane." Well, what do you mean they're insane? It wants a 2070. That's a 2-generation old card on recommended.
That's a 2070.
Like, yeah, but that's using
super
specific upscaling and this and that. I'm like, yeah, because it's a PS5 game. It's going to be a shit port. They're always shit ports.
Yeah.
But this is a AAA title, but I'm surprised it doesn't need a 40 series.
Yeah. 2070 Super. That's what I've got in my rig. That card's, as you say, 2 generations old. And 6 to 8 years old. Like,
bear in mind the 50 series is due in 2 months.
Yeah, I've got 2060 on my laptop, and I'm going to be struggling to. I'm going to be have to play around with the settings to get 12 stuff. But the interesting thing is, apparently similar specs to what Dragon's Dogma 2 was.
Yeah,
and Dragon's Dogma 2 still was like, so no majority. This is the major concern. But I think that's more developer than it is the engine itself.
Yeah. To bring Sarin into the conversation, who sat there looking perplexed, Monster Hunter Wilds has a comparable recommended requirements to Jedi Survivor, the first one.
Okay.
That's not an aggressive game. That's not a massively high spec.
Yeah.
That game's what, 5 years old now?
Sure.
Why are people complaining that a brand new AAA title has a recommended graphics of a 5-year-old game?
Yeah.
But they're complaining it's too high. Stop holding me back.
I'm impressed that they've managed to get it down to that for recommended. Like, of
Yeah.
course,
It's a
of
modified
course
version of the. It's a modified version of the World Engine. It can only do so much.
True. They're going to be pushing it as hard as they can. It'll be updated.
All it does to me is remind the day that they announced the recommended the minimum spec upgrade for Wrath of the Lich King for WoW, and people were complaining because they couldn't play Wrath of the Lich King anymore. They wouldn't be able to upgrade to the expansion because it's still on Windows 95. They're on Toaster with Windows 95. They're going to go, we can't play the game. It requires Windows XP. It's like, and
we have to move forward. We have to drop 32-bit operating systems. Please, for the love of God, can we not have 32-bit operating systems anymore?
Windows 11, I don't think has 32-bit available at all.
I don't think 10 does either.
10 you could get if you were paying Microsoft enough money. Yeah,
I'll say what I said to a friend the other day. I will upgrade my operating system when a game I give a fuck about makes me. I upgraded from XP to 7 for Just Cause. I upgraded from 7 to 10 for... Fuck, what was it? It was something silly. It was something like Viscera cleanup detail. Because they just wouldn't run on those systems. That is when I will upgrade my operating system, when the old one is no longer viable. Hell, genuinely, I would be tempted to push Monster Hunter Wilds onto my server. That is a 1080 Ti and an Intel i7 5th generation. I reckon Wilds will run on that.
It should work.
I reckon I can do it.
Yeah, it's
and that
1660.
is a 4-generation old graphics card.
Yeah. Well, it's currently their lowest is a 1660 Super, which the old 1080 outstrips, just by sheer power. It's going to be the VRAM,
motherfucking beast.
It's going to be the VRAM more than anything you're going to struggle with, because it looks like it needs 6 gig of RAM to start with, just for the graphics.
That's why you put a couple of terabytes of what's it called? Local disk space that converts to RAM really badly.
Oh, swap.
No,
it is swap, but that's a Linux term. Scratch.
I don't know what it's called. Yeah, but basically you can convert hard drive space into fake RAM, and it converts at like a 1:4 ratio. So for every 4 terabytes, you'll get a gigabyte of fucking RAM out of it. But that's how you get RAM VRAM. You just give yourself more hard drive space.
It's not. VRAM's different to normal RAM though, because VRAM is actually on the graphics card. And
the way that Windows handles it, it can work like VRAM and makes very poor compensation.
Okay, right.
It's never good. Don't get me wrong.
I was going to say, it sounds like it'll run like less than ass.
Yeah, but essentially throw enough money at the problem. I mean, it would genuinely be cheap to buy a new graphics card, but throw enough hard drive space at the problem and you can make it go away.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a solution for me.
Hey, you can run. You seem to be able to run Star Citizen well enough, which I think is more demanding than this is going to be.
I mean, Star Citizen is ironically running at like 50 frames per second for me, so I'm okay.
That's fine. That's playable. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, and I think the other thing as well is, can we accept that nobody except fucking idiots care about 4K? Can we stop making games for 4K? Can we have games optimized for 1080p and then DLSS upscale to 4K?
Yeah.
Or 1440. Can we go to the screen resolution that actually makes a bit more sense? 1440p is a great mid thing, because like you go slightly bigger than what you currently got on your desk, which is probably a 24-inch, or you run 1440p on 24-inch or 27-inch, and that's beautiful because it's a great pixel density. It doesn't strain your eyes. Your fonts aren't too small or too big. 4K is great when you've got a 50-inch TV on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
And you're never going to do it. Never do anything major with that.
Yeah. And also, if you've stopped running 4K, it allows you to optimize VR machines even better.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not messing with scaling.
Well, wasn't it one of the selling points to Pro is the PlayStation 5 Pro is to 8K at some point?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like, why?
You can hardly handle 1080p, never mind fucking 8. It's insane. I think it was one of Yahtzee's earlier I was watching, and he was briefly covering the console war. Oh, it was Astrobot, and how they've basically built a Ratchet and Clank style platformer to show how great the PS5 is, and only one of the games that's demoed out of the 100 that's in there is PS5 exclusive. It was 2, but Returnal's PC now. Every single other game is PS4, 3, 2, and 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so they've basically built a game to showcase how good the PS5 is, because it's got the game that's showcasing how good it is. And don't get me wrong, Astrobot is phenomenally good, but
I think the thing with Astrobot is, I've heard like it's a great actual game. Like it's a great fun game. It's got a lot of bits and pieces in that. I think the only reason it has all those different bits in is because the actual studio went to Sony. Hey, can we just do this because it sounds cool? And Sony went, oh, this is a great marketing idea. Yeah, do it. Like they probably would have made an amazing game without it.
I think this is something. It seems like something that the shareholders have thrown money at, essentially.
Yeah, it's Nintendo Studio. It's low budget.
It's Team Asobi, which is it's a first-party Sony Interactive. Okay, sorry.
Yes, it's a 50-man studio and it's a low budget game, and it's one of the better sellers of the year compared to the other titles this year.
It'll get Game of the Year. Guarantee it will get Game of the Year
somewhere. Yeah.
But it's going through and like collecting all the little other robot dudes, and I'm like, that's the guy from Ico. Oh crap! And the next one you find is the little Astromyco, the guy from Shadow of the Colossus, and then I can't remember what the other one was from Last Guardian. I'm like, they're really bringing out the niche reference. Some of them were Japanese exclusives. Like they didn't even release in the West, and they're getting showcased and stuff. So, for once, in the past 5 years, I'm able to actually look at Sony and go, you know what? You did something right. Congratulations. You've proven that enough monkeys with enough typewriters will eventually write it.
Well, again, if you allowed the developers to create games, not services, they probably would do better. But that's another rant.
Yeah, I mean they've got things coming into Astrobot anyway. They've got a Helldiver and Eve from Stellar Blade coming in as alongside other ones that are just coming in as extra bits. It's like they've done a really good thing with it, but it's also highlighted how much stuff Sony has in their back catalogue that they're just ignoring or being royal dicks about.
As you mentioned last podcast, one of the higher ups said, "We don't have enough. We don't have enough unique IP, and so Sony still got to buy it." It's like, and everybody just looked to the pile of IPs they have.
Massacred in the background.
And then it's like, hello, and Astrobot comes out and like a week later showing all these characters that the younger generation have no idea what they are because they haven't seen them in two platform generations.
Yeah. I mean, Capcom are kind of coming out of that stage at the moment. And I think Monster Hunter is to both blame and thank for that.
Yeah.
Because they've always said, we don't think these things will do well in the West. Previously, they've never sold well in the West. Yeah, because they were console exclusives. Stick Monster Hunter on PC, and it is not only the best-selling Monster Hunter game of all time, it is Capcom's best-selling game of all time.
Yeah.
Up until last year when they outsold it.
Yeah.
They've just done Dead Rising, and straight away after they put a thing out saying, what game do you want next? And I think one of the choices was Onimusha. Yes, give me Onimusha. I haven't had a good Onimusha game since PS2. For the love of God, give me one. I'm stroking it. It's on the shelf behind me.
I mean, they did make that remaster, but yes, new one.
The remaster is good, and there is a clip on my Twitch channel of me fighting the last boss of the first game, Fortinbras. And he's got a crystal in his forehead, he's a giant snake, and he's doing a laser thing. And it's so easy to dodge. You just step left, step right, step left, step right, step left. It's Resident Evil tank controls. And then he stops. So I go to move forward, and he does it again. So okay, left, right, left, right, left, right, and he extends the sequence for so long that I get overconfident. I wait for the stop, step in to attack him, and it just does one single laser straight up my face. I'm like, ooh, you bastard!
Baited.
Yeah, he absolutely built a pattern and baited me into it. I was so impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, genuinely. And this is how weird this series of games is. It starts off as like basically Resident Evil in Edo era Japan. But the third game has Leon the Professional in it.
What?
Yep. Genuinely, whatever his name is. He's playing a French cop.
Yeah.
And him and the main character, Samanosuke, end up swapping places. So he goes back to Edo era Japan with a deagle, and Samanosuke turns up with France. He turns up in modern day France, and you've got to do like time gated puzzles where the one I always remember is in the past you've got to fill a water sluice so that in the future the rafts are up and you can get across it. And it's so bizarre. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, the thing is, back in the day, you wouldn't expect like a high-end movie celebrity to just appear in the game as the main character randomly. It's like, and now it's like, oh yeah, the game was well ahead of its time.
Yeah,
so much. It was so good.
What does this magical dark fantasy samurai game need? Leon the Professional with a deagle.
It's not like I'm just a person using ancient things. It's like the bang gun. It's like, what?
No, he kind of showcases that even modern day basic CQC combat training is so much more advanced than everything they had in that era, because he's just a cop and he is whooping some ass. Yeah, so many games on the back catalogue, and luckily, and we said this last time, this year is the year of the what do you mean it's coming back? What do you mean we're getting Ranma Half? What do you mean Croc's getting a remaster? What do you mean Soul Reaver's coming back again?
Mm-hmm.
Twinson's Little Big Adventure. That is a game from pre-Windows 95.
Mm-hmm.
Little Big Adventure is one
a remaster.
Little Big Adventure. Oh no, Little Big. I'm thinking of a different game again.
You're thinking of Little Big Planet, probably.
That's the one. But still.
So we thought there were the three of us in the fan base thought there was going to be some copyright issues there, where because the original name is Little Big Adventure, and then Little Big Planet came out, and then we found out that there was maybe going to be a remake. Well, so what are they going to do? Because Sony's obviously going to kick up a fuss about you using their name, even though you got there first. And the developer just went, no, we've already thought about this. We're calling it Twinson's Adventure.
Twinson's Little Big
Adventure. And then it will just be Dash Classic for the originals and not for the remakes. That's it. We're done. We're not even fighting that case. They can have the name. We don't care.
Yeah. Nice. I've actually just found it linked off the front. This looks like such a weird game.
Isometric tank controls where your only weapon is a mana-powered orb that you throw at people's faces.
Cool.
Yeah, it is, and it also combines with the old point-and-click adventure of talk to this person, use this item with actual clickable interfaces and things. Very, very, very weird game.
I was going to say, like, it's on both of them on Steam right now for £17, 1 and 2. Eventually, Adventure 2 Classic.
I think I own them both. I played through the first one because the world record holder of the speedrun came in and was like, okay, first of all, have you beat this game before? I'm like, yes, once when I was a kid. He's like, cool, not going to spoil anything for you then, enjoy. and then I was on essentially disc part 2, and I did something, and he went, have you speedrun this? I went, no. He went, you've just done the speedrun trick. I'm like, have I? Shit, alright.
Alright, carry on.
Didn't know there was another way to do that sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need more remakes. Like, if your company is falling apart because you cannot make a AAA game, maybe making AAA games isn't for you. Maybe Deadlock is a bad idea. Maybe Concord should have just been abandoned.
Stop trying to make AAA games happen every damn time and make the silly little game like Little Big Adventure. Or Little Big Planet, or whatever the hell else other games. Stop trying to outdo your back catalogue, because quite frankly, your back catalogue includes so many different amazing games that you're gonna fail. Like,
well, there is to an extent, and I kind of understand this logic. The creators of Final Fantasy, specifically 7, said they were never gonna remake 7 until they produced a game that they considered to be better. Because they didn't want to live in the past. They didn't want to give up making new games. They didn't want to just constantly remake everything in a cycle, because that shows that you failed as a company. And then they released 15, and then they went, yeah, we're remaking 7, we've done it.
We've nailed it, it's time.
Yeah, 15 was finally the one that all fans agree is just superb. So now we're happy to go back and remake 7.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
And then finish the story. That story would have been good.
Which story? 15's?
Yeah, 15's.
I've still honestly not even played the episode yet. I need to go and do them. I got sad when I left my car behind. And also, and I say this every time I talk about this game, if you're not into your Final Fantasy and you don't care about the whole boy band dynamic that they've got going on with the Stag Party, go to Nexus, download the Power Rangers mod, turn your main characters into the whatever color Rangers you enjoy.
What?
and then turn the generic enemies, the automatons, into putties. Genuinely do it. That game makes so much more sense.
Oh my god.
So much so that one of the DLCs is actually Power Armor. Power Ranger Power Armor.
Yeah. That was the complete edition that gave you Immortality Power Ranger armor. Like proper fucking Kamen Rider. Genuine. I played the second time I played through that game, I was playing as the Black Ranger, the Red Ranger, the Green Ranger, and the Blue. And it was so much more fun.
I've ended up going down a Wikipedia rabbit hole, and now found out there's a Sackboy game that came out 2 years ago on Steam.
Yeah.
Yes. Sackboy's Big Adventure.
Yeah. What?
It ran terribly, unfortunately.
It went terribly. Oh dear.
No, it ran terribly.
Oh, it's got very positive.
Then,
But,
so,
yeah, I was gonna say. Very positive reviews. Like it's got Astrobot on there as a costume. It's like what?
Yeah.
Yep.
But like I was just looking, it's like there's so many different games. I didn't even realize there was a Little Big Behind It 3. I just remember the first one that I never got to play because it was on PlayStation 3 and I didn't have one.
Yeah.
I've
I
never
owned
played
everyone.
any game that contains Sackboy. I've never played a single one. Not All-Star Brawl or whatever it's called. None of the planets. Never played them.
All right, guys, I need to wrap up.
All right.
No worries.
Okay. Well,
Well, it's been an hour and a half, so fair.
yeah.
In that case, we've rambled.
We have.
We have. You have. I listened.
Yes, Sarin. I did feel like. I mean, I said a couple of times to bring Sarin into it. I feel like he's just sat there googling shit and trying to keep up.
Honestly, I just loaded up Star Wars Outlaws and I'm just like, fuck it. I'll just do some side shit while these guys talk.
That's
It's
fair.
fair.
That's utterly fair, mate. Utterly fair.
I'm just like, I'm gonna do some side stuff because that I've been meaning to do anyway.
Can you just say?
Okay, I'm talking. Okay, I'm back to Caedes rambling. Shoot some TIE fighters down.
we
Find
just
this
say that
box. Find that box.
Outlaws will now forever be remembered as the game that delayed Assassin's Creed and caused the Ubisoft strike.
Really?
Oh,
yeah, there's been a worker strike. The devs have walked out. So
as of today.
Yeah, the thing is, they decided the
No, we're done.
Okay, we're done. We'll talk later.
We're done. Sarin, you're up.
I'm SarinTal. I stream generally Thursdays and Fridays, except for podcast days. I play either Star Wars or Star Citizen. I do not have any plans for Outlaws. I am coming. You wait.
The dog is angry.
Even the dog's angry that I'm taking too long. Catch me there, and I'm trying to figure out how to stream my Beyblade stuff again because I know people have been enjoying that. I just don't have a stable power source for when we're outside. So stay in touch. Keep in
School.
to the Discord to see what I'm playing and when. Next.
Krem.
Yeah, I'm Kremlik. If you haven't noticed, I actually stream again. I'm actually on Twitch. I've got regular streams going. I'm currently doing a lot of base order games, like Saturday and Timberborn. There will be Diablo at some point because that's expansion out in 2 weeks. God, yeah. We're doing that. Catch me on Twitch somewhere. And hopefully the Discord will be announcing when I'm starting again. So yeah.
Yes, I need to poke the bot after this.
Caedes,
Yeah.
go.
I am Caedes. I talk slowly, so Sarin has to stay. I am streaming on Twitch. I occasionally do other things, but yes, the schedule is up in the air at the moment between new job. Sarin has left. So yes, keep an eye on the Discord. There will be some information coming soon about upcoming events, including a Halloween movie night. So I'm going to try and get that up and posted this weekend. If you have any favourite terrible horror movies, make sure to pop on over and we'll look at doing a Discord movie night. Sliver.
Yep, I'm TBSliver. I'm normally live Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. UK time. I've been streaming Satisfactory a lot recently because, well, that game came out and it's Satisfactory. Just need I say more? Yeah. Tune in for Satisfactory stuff, and I'll eventually figure out a different game to play after I've run out of like 100 hours of this. That and everything else that's going on at the moment, which is just all up in the air. But anyway. That's going to be it from us. Sarin is stuffing his face with mango salsa, pico de gallo. I don't even know. What the hell are you eating? It's what it says on the back. Que pasa? It's chips. So it just says pico de gallo salsa on the back. I was like, what the fuck?
There's ingredients for...
Oh.
make some, and there's a recipe to go with the tortilla
Fair
chips.
enough. Well,
Costco size bag.
The best size bag.
Sarin size
I
bag.
had that much. My wife had the rest.
You'll tell us anything.
Yep. Right. Anyway, on that note, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and we'll catch you again in 2 weeks' time for some more, hopefully not delayed podcast. Yeah.
Get a car.
Get a car. I would, but I can't drive.
You don't need a car. You have a Caedes.
That's fair. Caedes, come get me and pick me up from work. Catch you all later. See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Later, folks.